After last week, there are only two questions on everybody's mind. The first one being why? Why would Kez do what he did last week? And the second being, how did I do it? How did I manage to do the unthinkable at Vice City Bash? It's quite simple if you think about it. There are 3 cogs to this machine that put this into action. First one should come as a shock to no one at all. Money talks. It's hard to say no when a mountain of cash is staring you in the face and you are desperate. And speaking of desperation, that's our second cog in this machine. Desperation is one hell of a drug, and it can make you do some crazy things. But crazy is exactly what Kez Phoenix needs. And who better than a crazy motherfucker like myself to strap that rocket to his back? And the third and final cog to this machine, the unpredictable became predictable. And predictable is boring as hell. So what better way to start living up to your moniker than to realign yourself with your former best friend courtesy of moi? Oh, and don't worry. I got these two on the same page. And they are ready to take over this roster. Their goal is very simple. Capture gold by any means necessary. Through some nefarious means and a little bit of politicking, I have secured an all-star title match for Tyler Vincent next week and a world title match for Kez Phoenix at full speed ahead. I expect nothing less than to see the both of them wearing gold around their waist by the end of the night on September 6th. It's time to put these boys to work and to put this plan into action.
Some huge news coming out of Peter Krill, as we got an all-star title match next week, as well as a world title match set up for full speed ahead. But to start off this episode, we got another all-star title match, as Seth Ross getting his rematch from just 1 week ago. Of course, we all saw the triple threat that took place at Vice City Bash when Seth defended against Kato Takahashi and Isaac Graves, and we all saw the finish to that match. Seth was just half a second away from breaking up that pin, but he could not get there in time, and Kato would walk out of Miami, Florida as the new All-Star Champion. Seth wasting little time in getting his rematch. And with the news just dropped by Peter Krill, the winner of this match will defend next week against Tyler Vincent, presumably with Kez Phoenix and Peter Krill at ringside. And we will see Kez and Tyler in action later on tonight. But for now, we welcome in our new All-Star Champion. It was a rocky road at the start for Kato Takahashi, but that little spark of momentum was all he needed to get himself into that title match at Vice City Bash and he was able to walk away as the new All-Star champion. And just 7 days later, he'll be defending it for the very first time. Can Kato Takahashi become the second man in company history to successfully defend that title, joining Isaac Graves? Or will Kato, like so many before him, drop the title on his very first defense?
Introducing the challenger. From Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 250 pounds, Seth Ross. And his opponent, from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 228 pounds, the All-Star Champion, Kaiba Tanaka.
And we see Kato Takahashi with the belt, handing it off to the referee. Seth Ross looking to become a two-time All-Star champion. Become just the third wrestler ever to be a two-time All-Star champion. Both men are ready to go here. All-Star Championship on the line. The bell is rung and here we go. These two locking up middle of the ring. And Seth able to showcase that power and drive Kato all the way into the corner, and a big right hand there, knocking Kato loose. Now Seth with the moonsault off the second rope. Seth going after the hand, trying to weaken the grip early. Went for the splash, but Kato able to get out of the way there. And Kato with the huge clothesline. But Seth able to get a boot up there. Seth, fisherman suplex. Kato to his feet. Seth, DDT. But Kato still got some fight in him. Big forearm knocking Seth to the mat. But Seth responding with the enziguri. Now both men to their feet. Big clothesline by Seth again. But Kato with a boot. Both these men starting out very fast and very strong. Seth, another suplex. And again waiting on Takahashi to get to his feet. And these two will lock up again here. And once again, Seth able to back Kato all the way into the corner. And another big right hand there. And now the leg trapped in the ropes and Seth taking advantage. And now he's got Kato hoisted up, dropping him over the top rope. Now Seth sizing him up from the corner. Seth hits him face first on the turnbuckle, but Kato able to get that elbow up. Now hoisting Seth up. And Seth now getting dropped over the top rope. Seth able to turn it around there. Land a couple of forearms on the champion. Now going for the first cover of the matchup. And Seth trying to use the ropes to his advantage. But the ref catching Seth with his feet on the ropes. And now these two are going to start trading blows. Chop there by Kato. Big slap by Seth. Chop block. Seth gaining the upper hand here, but another chop by Takahashi. He's able to block that one from Seth, and now Kato bringing it back to a 50-50. Big overhand. Another block by Kato. Big right hand, and Seth goes down. Takahashi to the top. Waiting for Seth to reach his feet, and he does. Missile drop kick off the top. And now it's Kato into the cover. Middle of the ring. 1, 2, and a kick out. Kato sending Seth into the ropes. Big knee! And Kato dragging Seth towards the middle of the ring again. But Seth able to roll Kato up. Out of nowhere, can he get him here? No! Kato right back at it with a German suplex. And Kato looking a little gassed after that German. Able to get back to his feet though. And Kato getting blocked by Seth. And Seth turning it into a rib breaker. And now Seth may be looking to put Takahashi away. Super kick gets blocked. And Takahashi turning it into another German suplex. Rolling Seth over into the cover. Can he put him away to retain? 1, 2, and another kick out. Seth crawling over to the corner. Takahashi gets blocked by Seth in the corner. And now Seth with the belly-to-belly suplex. And Seth, stunner! Cover! 1, 2, and a kick out by Takahashi. And now Seth may be thinking super kick here. Or no, pop-up power bomb! Cover again! 1, 2, kick out again by Takahashi! Seth half a second away from regaining that All-Star Championship, but Kato does not want to let it go just 7 days into his reign. Swanton off the top rope there by Kato, and Seth crawling to the corner. Now to his feet. Takahashi lining him up with speed. Big boot in the corner. And now Kato, Blue Thunder Bomb, cover to retain, 2, kick out again. Dragon screw there by Seth. Kato may be thinking the power bomb into the knee, but Seth able to counter it. And now Seth off the ropes, looking for the splash, and he connects. Seth making his way up to the top rope here. Kato to his feet. Seth with the cannonball off the top. Into the cover to regain his title too. And another kick out by Takahashi. Kato rolling over to the apron. And Seth right on his tail. And now Takahashi gets knocked to the outside. And now Seth gonna follow him out there. Another splash by the Destroyer. But Kato quickly to his feet here. Big lariat on the outside. And now Kato trying to drag Seth, but Seth able to get those elbows into the gut of the champion. And now a basement drop kick to the skull. Seth gets blocked by Takahashi. And now Kato looking for a German into the barricade. And Takahashi re-entering the ring. As Seth Ross still laid out on the outside, now back to his feet. Kato gonna go back outside to reset the count. And now Kato, Blue Thunder Bomb on the outside. But Seth still got some fight in him, tossing Kato across the outside. And now Seth tossing Kato back into the ring. And Seth may have the end in his sights. Super kick! Cover on Takahashi. 1, 2, 3! And once again, Seth Ross is your All-Star champion. And that means next week, for the All-Star title, it will be Seth Ross versus Tyler Vincent for the first time ever on TNC. The dream match we've been waiting about 1.5 years for, dating back to RHW, is finally gonna happen. And the title will be on the line. But a great match to open us here on episode 25 of TNC. And Kato Takahashi will have a chance to regain the All-Star title down the road. But for now, Seth Ross can once again call himself the TNC All-Star Champion, and he can now call himself a 2-time TNC All-Star Champion. Congratulations to the Destroyer on another title victory. Samantha Winters back in action here on TNC. Been a minute since we've seen her in the ring, but she's still looking to fight her way back into the title picture. That's seen a lot of fresh new faces recently, with the likes of Sarah Lopez and Nico Chambers. But there are still plenty of people backing Samantha Winters that think that she should get a title shot. But she's going to have to prove it against someone who's been red hot as of late. Olivia Martinez riding a little bit of a hot streak, especially after her victory last week at Vice City Bash against Olivia Harnage inside a steel cage. And Martinez potentially getting a win over a former women's champ would certainly increase her odds at getting a title shot in the near future. Potentially even at full speed ahead. This is certainly the closest Martinez has been to the title picture. but she needs to seal the deal on getting that match. Winters is ready, as is Olivia Martinez. And there's the bell. We are underway. Both women misfiring out the gate, and now they'll tie up. Martinez able to overpower Winters into the ropes. And the referee has to break these two women up. But Martinez able to get a cheap shot in there on Samantha Winters. Winters firing back with a forearm, and now they'll lock up again. And this time it's Winters able to overpower Martinez into the other ropes. And another cheap shot there by Olivia Martinez. And again, both women misfiring. And a third time they'll lock up here. Winters able to turn it into a headlock. Martinez quickly able to counter into a wrist lock here onto Samantha Winters. Both women keeping it in the middle of the ring. Winters, for a second, was down to a knee. And now she's all the way down to the mat. And Martinez quickly into a cover here, trying to put Winters away early. Getting a 2 count, but now Winters able to kick out. Now Martinez off the ropes. Nobody home there. As Winters able to get up. Now Winters into the crucifix pin. Can she get Martinez here? 1 and a kick out. Kicks coming in from Samantha Winters. Now building up steam. And a big clothesline in the corner. Now Samantha Winters into Gary, nobody home. And Martinez looking to take advantage. Knee to the gut there. And now the Famouser. And Winters able to roll out of the ring before Martinez could continue to build on her momentum. And now Martinez sent off the ropes. Knee to the gut with the roundhouse by Winters. And now Winters going after the legs of Martinez. And this match is going to roll to the outside early. Winters. Knee to the gut again of Martinez. And now Winters repeatedly sending the face of Martinez into the mat on the outside. And now it's Winters who gets tossed across the outside by Martinez. Standing sky twister on the outside out of nowhere by Martinez. And now the kicks to the gut, followed by the forearm. Count up to 5 now. Winters back to her feet, but not for long. The big knee connecting. Martinez trying to drag Winters back into the ring, but Winters with the big boot. Count up to 9 here as Martinez gets tossed into the barricade. And now Winters has her rib first onto the barricade. And the kicks and strikes just keep on coming. Finally a block there by Martinez as the count reaches 13. And Martinez will re-enter the ring. Count up to 15 now. Winters still not back in the ring. And finally, both women back in the ring. Martinez looking for the one-winged angel to put it away. And she got it! Cover here, 1, 2. Kick out by Winters. Counter here by Winters. Kick to the gut. Martinez off the ropes. Winters ducking under. Jumping over. Big right hand by Winters. Clothesline ducked by Martinez. And now Winters off the ropes. Big shot to the gut. And now a huge lariat turning Winters inside out. And now it's Martinez's turn to do a little shadow boxing. To the corner, Winters face first off the turnbuckle. And now seated up on the top rope. But Winters able to kick Martinez away. Big backbreaker by Samantha Winters into the cover on Martinez. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now Samantha Winters may be looking to put this away. But Martinez able to reverse the Black Bullet. And Martinez may be looking for another one-winged angel. The match would surely be over if she can connect with it. But Winters able to avoid the one-winged angel. And now a springboard drop kick sending Martinez halfway across the ring. Knee gets caught. And Martinez once again in control, in the driver's seat. Looking for that big knee strike. And she connects, busting Samantha Winters open. Into the cover to put it away. 1, 2, 3. Another much-needed victory for Olivia Martinez. And another crushing defeat for Samantha Winters. Olivia Martinez quickly rising up the ranks here in the women's division. Certainly putting herself in a prime position for the #1 contendership. If she can keep stacking up wins like this, it'll be hard for the CEO to ignore her performance over the last 2 months here and not give her a title shot. Because with the way she's been performing in the ring, she's definitely earning it. But as for tonight, Olivia Martinez can celebrate another well-earned victory as she continues to build her momentum. Now we have the Fatal 4-Way match. King Zero has not been seen in a little while. He's been out with injury, dealing with a broken finger. But now he is back, and he is ready to make a name for himself once again. King Zero, of course, the first ever TNC All-Star Champion, the winner of the inaugural tournament. And of course, as well, the first ever multi-time All-Star Champion. But Recently, in the back, he's been aspiring for more. He wants to get up in the world title picture. Now Matt Marco, who's had his struggles over the past 6 weeks or so, getting kicked out of the corruption by Peter Krill, going inactive in the weeks following, only to drop his match 2 weeks ago against the world champion Pete Brents. And now Matt Marco finding himself in a little bit of an undesirable position, having to compete in this fatal four-way. Sadistico also making his return to TNC. Was not able to appear for several months due to visa issues, but he is now back in the States and ready to make an impact once again. Was a fan favorite in his first few matches before said visa issues came up. But now those issues have been resolved. Hopefully there will be no more travel issues for Sadistico in the future, in the near future. And he can become more of a staple of this roster. Nico Fox, another wrestler making his return to TNC, underwent contract negotiations after his last contract expired. He became a free agent, but has decided to return to TNC. We know Nico Fox, of course, the second ever All-Star champion, the underdog of the night back in December at Seasons Bleedings, winning the Battle Royal to earn that title shot, and then dethroning King Zero in the semi-main event. And now these two find themselves pitted against each other once again, but this time in a fatal four-way. All four men looking to prove themselves once again here in TNC, and here we go. King Zero and Sadistico straight after it. Matt Marco and Nico Fox, double huge moves, as Matt Marco with the stomp and King Zero with the moonsault. And now King Zero turning his attention to Nico Fox. Sling blade by Sadistico into the drop kick on Matt Marco. Sadistico moonsault, nobody home though. Big kick from the top rope by King Zero. And Sadistico off the top with the arm drag. And now King Zero into the cover here, broken up by Sadistico. And now Sadistico able to land that moonsault from the bottom rope. King Zero not able to land that moonsault from the top. And he gets clocked with a drop kick. And a standing shooting star by Sadistico into the cover and a kick out at 1. Matt Marco to the outside. He's starting to look for some weapons early here. And he's got himself a kendo stick. Now a double team here to King Zero. You got 3 former All-Star champions in this match. Sadistico, the only man not to hold that title. So maybe he's got a little bit more to prove than anyone else here. But Nico Fox breaking the kendo stick over the skull of King Zero. And Nico Fox is in complete control of both King Zero and Sadistico. But now Zero back to his feet. And Nico off the ropes. And Matt Marco got sandwiched there. King Zero and Matt Marco going at it. Sadistico to the apron. Nico Fox all on him. But now King Zero going after Nico. DDT by Sadistico. And Sadistico turning his attention to King Zero. Has control of the arm. But a big forearm there by Sadistico. Heel kick by Marco. Big elbow there by Nico Fox. And Matt Marco just hammering away at Sadistico. Cover here by Matt. 1, 2, and broken up by King Zero. King Cutter by King Zero into the cover. Broken up by Marco. Matt with King Zero hoisted up high. Now has him on his shoulders and he's going to drop him over the top rope. Now Matt with a scoop slam to Nico Fox, and it's just Matt Marco and Sadistico in the ring now. Sadistico over the top landing on the apron. And now Sadistico with the springboard Hurricane Rana. And another cutter on the outside by King Zero. Sadistico with a drop kick. And now Sadistico into the cover. 1, 2, no. Kick out by Matt. King Zero went for a Samoan drop. Sadistico able to counter. Now Matt going after the leg, as is Nico Fox going after the leg of King Zero. Nico has the armbar locked in, but King Zero able to escape. Another Hurricane Rana by Sadistico. And the punch is landing here for Sadistico, and now the European uppercut. Marco from the second rope lands the knee. But Sadistico into the cover on Matt here, and a kick out at 1. Marco hitting the back shot. Everyone but Sadistico standing here. Now King Zero down in the middle of the ring. Sadistico back to his feet. Marco looking for the Matusi stretcher. He's got it locked in, but it's broken up by Nico Fox. And now Nico up to the top rope here. Nobody home. Sadistico able to get out of the way. Now able to land that head scissors onto Matt Marco. King Zero looking for weapons now. He grabs another kendo stick. Sadistico, Sadistic del Sol. Into the cover. Broken up by King Zero. Sister Abigail by King Zero. And Sadistico, the only man standing, able to hit the moonsault to the back of Marco, returning the favor from the back shot earlier. Marco off the ropes here. Another Hurricane Rana. Cover here by Sadistico. Broken up. Now Sadistico tossing that kendo stick into Marco, but Nico Fox looking to take advantage here. Hoisting Sadistico up high towards the corner, turning around and dropping him face first into the turnbuckle. Sadistico slumping down, and Nico Fox taking advantage. Drop kick to the back of Nico by Matt. And a huge stomp by Marco. And now Matt on the top rope waiting for Nico to reach his feet. Now changing his mind. Meanwhile, King Zero and Sadistico on the outside here. Matt going for a cover. 1, 2. Broken up. Nico also would have kicked out of it. And now Sadistico looking for weapons. He's got a baseball bat. And tossing it into the face of Marco, busting him open. Cover on the other side of the ring, broken up by Sadistico. Off the ropes. Huge cutter by Sadistico. Cover, 1. Broken up out of nowhere by Matt Marco. Spanish fly by Marco. And now he gets a chair tossed in his face by King Zero, and he's into the cover. Broken up again, this time by Nico Fox. And now another King Cutter, and Nico Fox is busted open. Matt off the second rope, Hurricane Rana. This match is absolute chaos. Sadistico with the kendo stick. Marco looking for another Matusi stretcher. He's got it locked in on Sadistico. Is this going to do it? No. Sadistico able to fight his way out of it. Sadistico off the ropes. Big knee, and now he's busted open. Cutter to Nico. And now the chair just gets tossed away. Cover here on Sadistico. King Zero could win it here. What a kick out at 2.5. And now Marco was thinking back shot to King Zero, but a roll up here by Sadistico, broken up by Marco at 2. Big boot, but the kendo stick by Marco, taking out everybody. Nico Fox back into the ring. He eats the kendo stick to the skull. Cover here by Matt. If the ref can start counting, it gets broken up by Sadistico. And now the cutter again by Sadistico. Nico, chair shot to the back of the skull. And now to Marco. King Zero able to avoid it. Hoisting Nico up. Nico able to get those elbows. Matt was thinking Poison Rana, couldn't connect. King Zero hoisting Nico Fox up high. Trying to drop him face first into the turnbuckle. And he does. Sadistico with the steps on the outside, cracking Marco over the skull. King Zero just missing that big boot. And Nico looking for that armbar once again. He's got it locked in. Is King Zero going to tap? Could Nico Fox win this here? No. And now Nico Fox with the chair to the back of King Zero. And now everybody but King Zero back in the ring here. Nico slamming Matt down. Sadistico sending Nico off the ropes. Hurricane Rana. And now Sadistico with the chair. Can't use it. Hits another Hurricane Rana to Nico. And now King Zero off the ropes, maybe thinking that cutter again, but it gets blocked by King Zero. Now he goes for the cover on Nico Fox, and that gets broken up quickly. Boot there by King Zero. Sadistico to the top rope. Poison Rana to Marco, and a huge splash to Nico Fox. King Zero sent over the top by Sadistico. Now he's back in the ring. Grabs the steel chair, cracking Sadistico over the skull. Nico Fox back to his feet now. And Nico hoisting King Zero up here, dropping him over the top rope. Matt able to counter Nico Fox there. Drop kick from Sadistico. What is Marco looking for here? The Matt Tootsie Breaker! Now Sadistico and Matt both into the cover. 1, 2, and they both kick out at 2.5. Are you kidding me? Sadistico, huge DDT. And now Nico and King Zero both back to their feet. Huge knee by King Zero. Cover on Sadistico. 1, 2, broken up. This match, dude. Nico missing the knees. King Zero can't hit the big boot. Now Nico hoisting him up. Sadistico, Sadistic Del Soto Marco. Death Valley Driver from Nico Fox. Cover broken up. Oh my God. Sadistico into the cover again as Nico Fox was trying to grab the stairs on the outside. Can he get him here? No! Another kick out in this match. Flatliner by Sadistico. And now it's Sadistico trying to grab the steps. But he's thinking other plans. King Cutter by King Zero. Rolling Marco over into the cover. Broken up by Sadistico. And now Sadistico looking for the head scissors. King Zero able to avoid it. Now off the top rope with the blockbuster. Big roundhouse to Nico Fox. And Marco busting King Zero open. Everybody bleeding in this match. Cover by Matt. Broken up by Sadistico again. Poison Rana to Sadistico. Now Nico Fox back to his feet. Matt looking for another back shot, and he got him. Marco into the cover onto Nico Fox. 1, broken up again by Sadistico. Sledgehammer from King Zero to Nico Fox. Sadistico, Sadistic Del Sol, huge knee to Nico Fox. That cover's broken up. Sadistico to the outside, drop kick to the back of the head of Nico Fox. Cover here, 1, 2, 3, he got him. What a match. That was an absolute car crash. But it is King Zero coming out on top. My God. There were so many times where you thought that could have been it. The amount of knees, the amount of back shots, the amount of sadistic Del Sols, the amount of sadistic cutters. There were so many points in that match where that could have been it. So many Matusi breakers, so many Matusi stretchers. This match really did have it all. But in the end, it was King Zero able to get the 1-2-3. And now he could set his sights on the World Championship. Congratulations to King Zero.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown. Big, look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time we on. Jump roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do that class. I'm like, move like you must ask. They put way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a move that class. Get the gas, I told that kid. Strut like up, man, I want that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walking the rock, but they all get lit. Told them, oh, let me talk my shit. Every song bang with a drop in hit. Said I'm the man, don't stop, no miss. Over your head, next time, don't slip. Play your part, better read that.
It's hard to look at this man the same, especially after what we witnessed last week at Vice City Bash, when Kez Phoenix did the unthinkable and realigning himself with his old best friend Tyler Vincent as well as Peter Krill and joining the corruption, turning his back on the entire locker room, on the fans. I'm still disgusted by what this man did in Miami. But today's a new day. We must move on as Tyler and Kez in tag team action here tonight. Jason Graves was ringside last week for the match between Tyler Vincent and Jake Phoenix. But he could only watch as Peter Krill held him back, as he was unable to save his friend from the unimaginable. But now tonight, he'll get the opportunity to get his hands on both Kez and Tyler. And for all of our sake, we hope he kicks their ass. Because Lord, does Jason Graves need a win. And honestly, no victory for him may be sweeter than a victory against Tyler and Kez.
And from Kissimmee, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Jake
And as much as Jason Graves wants to get his hands on the two of them, I'm sure Jake Phoenix wants to get his hands on them just as much, if not more, than Graves. Everyone thought that Kez was going to be out there to save the day and save Jake Phoenix from the attack, but no. It looks like it'll be Jason Graves and Tyler Vincent starting out this tag match. And here we go. Tyler Vincent out the gate with a suplex. And Graves tossed into the corner. Graves able to get an elbow up though. And now snap suplex there by Jason Graves. And now stomping away at the chest of Tyler Vincent. Big kick there by Graves. And now Peter Krill getting involved early here. Buying Tyler Vincent some time. Now a tag into Kez. Double team coming. Double back body drop to Graves. Now Kez with the huge knee to Jason Graves. But Graves able to get a boot up there. Kez able to counter Jason Graves. And now whipping him into the ropes. Kez with the discus forearm. Into the cover. Middle of the ring. One. Broken up. But it would have been a 1 count anyway. Now the strikes coming in from Kez once again. Now the knees to the gut of Graves. And a quick tag here back into Tyler Vincent. Desperation tag from Jason Graves to Jake Phoenix. Big boot! Sending Tyler halfway across the ring. But Tyler able to land that knee to the ribs. But Jake Phoenix still the fresher man. But Tyler's still maintaining control here. Hammering away at the face of Phoenix. And now Jake Phoenix whipped into the corner. Another double team coming from Kez and Tyler. Phoenix off the ropes. Double shoulder block. And now Kez over the top, dropping all his body weight onto Jake Phoenix. And a huge kick to the gut there. Kez off the ropes. Again dropping all his body weight. Kez from the top landing the elbow drop. See Kez being a little more vicious than we've seen out of him previously, but Jake Phoenix able to land that moonsault. But Kez still one step ahead here. Facebuster busting Jake Phoenix open. And now Jake Phoenix looking for a tag. Kez on the top rope. A little miscue there by Kez, allowing Jason Graves to get the tag in. Jason Graves springboard drop kick. Now rolling Kez over into the cover here. And a kick out at 1 by Kez. And Jason Graves turning Kez over. Has the arm, now kicking him right in the face. And now going after the lower body of Kez. Has that almost like a figure 4 locked in. And now Peter Krill on the apron, not sure what he was doing there. But Jake Phoenix getting the tag here. Phoenix looking for that knee strike onto Kez, and he connects with it. Phoenix into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Jake Phoenix landing that elbow. Now off the ropes here with the leg drop. Kez rolling over to the outside, now back into the ring. Jake Phoenix missing that super kick. Another face buster by Kez. And now the lion salt, but nobody home. As Jake Phoenix was able to get out of the way. And a cheap shot there by Tyler. But it doesn't seem like it's going to matter much. Arms hooked by Jake Phoenix. But Kez able to counter and turn it into a lariat. And now Kez up on the middle rope, waiting for Jake Phoenix to reach his feet, kicking Phoenix away, and now the missile drop kick by Kez. Into the cover on Jake Phoenix to put this match away. 1, kick out. Tag in now to Tyler Vincent. Kick is blocked, and a dragon screw by Jake Phoenix. Graves desperately in need of a tag here. Kick blocked again, and another dragon screw by Phoenix. But going after Tyler instead of the cover, and he's just hammering away at Vincent. Tyler off the ropes. Phoenix ducking under, landing the big knee. Cover here on Tyler. 1, 2, and a kick out. Now Tyler whipped into the corner. Double team coming here from Jake Phoenix and Jason Graves. Graves from the top with help. The shoulder block from the top rope. Tyler Vincent rolling to the outside. And Jason Graves not far behind, but far enough behind for Tyler to catch his breath and counter there. But not enough in him to counter that house call. Back into the ring we go. Graves waiting for Tyler to reach his feet through the middle ropes. Counter with the super kick by Tyler. And now Tyler going after the lower body. Enziguri by Graves. Tyler was looking for a tag. Huge clothesline. And now Tyler dragging Graves back towards the middle of the ring. Graves to his feet. Tyler hoisting him up. Tyler planting Jason Graves. And now over to his corner for a tag. And Kaz, big knee to the gut. And now Kaz looking for that shin strike. That same one he hit on Jake Phoenix last week. Into the cover. Broken up by Jake Phoenix. Kaz, springboard stunner. Dragging Jason Graves towards the middle of the ring. Graves with a roll up though. Can he get Kaz here? 1, kick out. And now Graves trying to do something to buy himself some time. Potentially to get a tag. But no, another cheap shot there by Tyler Vincent. But Jason Graves. JG driver. Cover on Kez. 1. Broken up by Tyler. And now all of a sudden it's Kez Phoenix who's in trouble. Tag into Jake Phoenix. Big shot to the gut. And now Jake Phoenix, one-winged angel. Cover 1, 2, kick out by Kez. Now another double team coming here. Potentially another shoulder block off the top, yes. And now it's Kez who's forced to roll to the outside. And Jake Phoenix going to turn his attention over to the apron, and Tyler Vincent, Enziguri knocks Tyler to the floor. Kez back in the ring now. Kez gets countered. And Kez desperate for a tag. He can't get to his corner. But another double team coming here. And Jake Phoenix this time up the top. Now Phoenix to the top once again. Turning around. Huge splash, nobody home. And now Kez, big knee strike. Now Kez, Anaconda Vice, locked in the ring, middle of the ring. Jason Graves able to break it up. And now the Anaconda Vice once again by Kez. He's got it locked in once again right away. Is Jake Phoenix gonna tap here? No. Tag into Tyler Vincent. Tyler, big knee shot to the ribs. And another. And a third. Now into the cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out by Jake Phoenix. Now Jake Phoenix off the ropes. German suplex. And now Tyler maybe looking to put this one away. Gets caught by Jake Phoenix. Knee strike. And another one, but Tyler able to dodge. Cutter by Tyler. Bringing Jake Phoenix back to his feet. Phoenix able to catch him with a few shots to the gut. And now Jake Phoenix with the roll-up on Tyler Vincent to put him away. 2, and a kick out. Jake Phoenix now with a tag into Jason Graves. With Tyler seemingly laid out in the corner there. Graves off the ropes. Enziguri. And now up to the top rope. Jason Graves thinking spiral tap, and he connects. But Jason Graves not done. Into the corner, face first off the turnbuckle. Scoop slam by Graves. But Tyler able to get a tag into Kez. Kez with a right hand. Another one gets blocked. And now here come the strikes from Jason Graves. Now they get blocked by Kez. Kez hoisting up Graves. Big shot to the back of the neck. And now Kez up to the top rope. Frog splash. Kez trying to drag Jason Graves back towards the middle of the ring. And a third Anaconda Vice locked in now on Jason Graves. But it's going to get broken up by Jake Phoenix, who delivers an extra drop kick. Kez back to his feet. Jason Graves whipped into the corner. Another double team coming from Kez and Tyler. And a double back body drop. And again, this will roll to the outside. Graves able to get those elbows into the gut of Tyler. That right hand is blocked by Tyler. And now a pile driver on the outside. And now a kill shot to Jason Graves. Kez with Graves on the outside. Graves able to counter Kez though. And now Tyler with a huge shot. Looking like a 2-on-1 on that side of the ring. Tyler getting tossed back in by Jason Graves. Kez sweeping the legs out from underneath Graves. And he goes back first into the apron. And now Kez feeding Jason Graves to Tyler Vincent like a lamb to slaughter. And right on cue, the crossface locked in. And Jason Graves has no choice but to tap out.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown being. Look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a PI kind of time we on.
A successful return to tag team action for Kez Phoenix and Tyler Vincent. And now both men can prepare for their title matches with momentum on their side. Next week, it will be Seth Ross defending his newly won All-Star Championship against Tyler Vincent. And at full speed ahead, Kez Phoenix will be challenging for the World Championship. We'll find out later tonight in the main event who he will be challenging. Whether it'll be Kent Killstrom or will it be Pete Brents.
Yeah. I'm steady focused on money now. I'm trying to count to 100 down. That's daily. Grady paid me.
But as for tonight, both of these men, as much as we hate them right now, they can celebrate a well-earned victory as their dominance over Jason Graves and Jake Phoenix continues here tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a rematch. Another rematch from last week. This time for the Women's Championship.
Introducing the challenger from El Salvador, Nick China.
Nico Chambers, this time with the BHS at her side. For the fourth time, will be challenging for the TNC Women's Championship. The first two times happened back in December, both against Selena. First time was in the finals of the Women's Championship tournament, and Chambers fell short. They had a rematch at Seasons Bleedings the following week, and once again, Nico Chambers would fall short. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, Chambers would earn her third opportunity at the women's title in a fatal four-way. But once again, last week, in her third opportunity, fell short. And now that she's joined the BHS and has Cole Crimson and Zyler Glass by her side, could the fourth time be the charm?
And introducing the challenger from Mexico City,
Sarah Lopez also in this match, so it's not a traditional rematch because Sarah Lopez did very much earn this opportunity, as she knocked off Kendall Hendricks 2 weeks ago in what was supposed to be Hendricks' warm-up match. And now Lopez is in this match, getting her first opportunity at the women's title.
Residing in Hollywood, California, the women's champion, Kendall Hendricks.
And Kendall Hendricks getting ready for yet another title defense in another triple threat match. Hendricks has been very successful in triple threat matches in her career thus far. In any matches, that's more than 2. As we all know, Hendricks won the 4-way back at Clash of the Titans. That included Sarah Lopez. And now those two women find themselves fighting for the gold. All 3 women set to go here for the women's championship. Here we go. Kendall Hendricks immediately going after Sarah Lopez with that face buster. And now the huge knee to Nico Chambers, and Chambers eats a spinning back fist. And Sarah Lopez tossed to the apron. Now over the top, Hendricks, nobody there. And Sarah Lopez going after the knee of Nico Chambers. Chambers getting reversed by Sarah Lopez. Chambers in the corner now. Meanwhile, the BHS getting in the head of the champion over there. Sarah Lopez into the cover on Nico Chambers here. And a kick out at 1 before Kendall Hendricks broke it up. Remember, Hendricks does not need to be involved in the decision. She doesn't need to be pinned. She doesn't need to be submitted to lose her title. So she needs to play defense as well as offense in this match if she wants to keep that title, but she knows that better than anyone. Lopez showcasing the power, and a huge clothesline there by Chambers. Nico setting up Sarah Lopez, showcasing the power of her own with the German suplex. Kendall Hendricks with the kendo stick. And now to Lopez. Meanwhile, the turnbuckle pad is off, courtesy of Zyler Glass. Cover here on Nico and a kick out at 1. Hendricks with the lion salt. And now all 3 women on the outside here. Now Nico back in the ring. Sarah Lopez tossing Kendall Hendricks. And now the palm strikes coming in here from Hendricks. Chambers. Women's right. The most dangerous move in women's wrestling. Lopez goes face first into the barricade. Hendricks goes into the steps. And now Chambers' attention turning back over to Kendall Hendricks. Backstabber on the outside. And now Lopez and Hendricks going to go at it on the outside, as Nico Chambers just going to watch. And now all 3 women back in the ring. Chambers just stomping away at the champion here. Still in control of that arm. Now going after the other arm. And the double knees to finish up. But Sarah Lopez with the baseball bat, tossing it right in the direction of Kendall Hendricks. Back fist flying everywhere now between all three women. Sit out power bomb by Nico Chambers. And now neck into the knee. Elbow to the skull. Chambers into the cover on Lopez to win the title and a kick out. Chambers, cartwheel, Alabama slam. Now Sarah Lopez has a sledgehammer and another turnbuckle pad coming off courtesy of Zyler Glass. Lopez sizing up. Chambers missile drop kick. Chambers in control. And now looking possibly for the three Amigas on Kendall Hendricks. Sarah Lopez back to her feet. The second Amiga on the sledgehammer. And the third Amiga. Cover here. Broken up immediately by Sarah Lopez. And now Lopez into the corner. Elbow up. And a big right. But the chair gets tossed into the referee. The ref is down. Huge splash by Nico Chambers, but the referee is down. And Chambers not able to hit those knees. Cover here by Sarah Lopez, but a kick out at 2. Lopez able to reverse Nico Chambers there. Kendall Hendricks with the baseball bat. Hurricane Rana. Another one by Lopez. And now she's into the cover. She could win the title here. 1, 2, and a kick out. Lopez grabbing the chair, swinging away at Nico Chambers. Chambers, another cartwheel Alabama slam. And now has the arms hooked. Planted on that steel chair. And now with the sledgehammer, straight into the gut of Hendricks. And now Hendricks has to resort to the outside. Big spinning heel kick by Lopez. And Lopez sending Hendricks into the steps. And now the double knees to the gut of Nico Chambers. And now the sledgehammer again coming into play. Lopez into the cover here, but that's going to get broken up. Big clothesline there to Hendricks. And now the two challengers going at it. Stomp nobody home. But an elbow there. Kick missed by Lopez. Chambers face first into the turnbuckle. DDT by Lopez. And now Lopez turning our attention back over to Nico Chambers. Now over to Kendall Hendricks to the ankle. Chambers out of the corner. Sarah Lopez quickly turning her attention back over there, but Chambers able to turn it around, grabbing the sledgehammer straight into the gut of Hendricks. And now the reversal here. Inverse DDT onto the chair. And Nico Chambers rolling out of the ring. Couldn't get the chair shot off. Big kick by Kendall Hendricks. And now she's got the chair and she's going to start swinging away at Sarah Lopez. Lion Salt by the champion into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Chambers back into the ring. Hendricks stomping a mud hole into Lopez. Chambers hoisted up. The knee strike connects. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Kendall Hendricks has retained again. Another multi-woman match. As Kendall Hendricks remains undefeated in any match involving more than 2 women. And now Hendricks can await her next challenger for Full Speed Ahead. As we now move on to another rematch, the final rematch from Vice City Bash on this card. As after a shocking return from a torn meniscus and taking out Owen King, breaking his hand, Kent Killstrom is back. Could not get the job done in the ladder match, but Pete Brents offering up a rematch to Kent Killstrom, and the CEO made it happen for this episode. Congratulations to Kendall Hendricks on retaining her women's championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Championship.
It's been a rough road for Kent Killstrom and TNC. Has not had the best of luck, to say the very least. But he saw a glimmer of hope at RHW One Night Only when he became the inaugural RHW Memorial Champion. But unfortunately, he had to vacate due to a torn meniscus and was set to be out for 5 months, but miraculously was back in 2. Took out Owen King before he could make his way to the ring. Took his spot in the ladder match and took on Pete Brents for the World Championship in Miami. But as fate would have it, Kent Killstrom could not secure the championship. And that is how we get to tonight. These two going at it once again for the World Championship. And there is the world champion, Pete Brent, in his second title reign. After a grueling ladder match last week. Set to defend once again at his own request. The champion certainly has to feel confident about his chances of retaining against Kent here tonight. Having successfully done so against Killstrom twice already. What is the third time the charm for the last Bandit? Or will the second reign of Pete Brent continue on into full speed ahead, where Kez Phoenix awaits the winner of this match?
Introducing the challenger. From Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 223 pounds, Kent Strongman. And his opponent, from New York, weighing in at 260 pounds, the world champion, the Anarchist, Peter Brent.
Brent's handing off that championship once again. Set for yet another title defense. And there's the title held up high. Both Kent and Brent ready to go. And the bell is rung. Here we go. Kent with a waistlock out the gate on the world champion. Smart strategy here after what happened at Vice City Bash last week. Both men constantly falling on chairs, on ladders. Roll up here by Kent and a kick out immediately by the champ. And now he's back to his feet. Brent's sent off the ropes and Brent's able to connect with that clothesline. Breaking at the eyes of the challenger. Now Kent back to his feet. Able to block that punch, and now these two will lock up. And Kent able to use his power to push the champ back into the ropes. Big right there by Killstrom, and they'll lock up once again. And once again, Kent able to push Brent into the corner. And a cheap shot there by Kent, startling Brent. And now a German suplex. Now Kent trying to drag Brent, but Brent's able to get those elbows into the gut. Counter there by Kent. But Brent's countering the counter. Kent off the ropes. Big shot to the gut. And now Kent sent flying over the top rope into the floor. And immediately this thing goes back into the ring. Brent's with the punt kick. And Brent's European uppercut to the neck. And now both these men back in the ring here. Brent planting Ken. And now to the second rope. Kicking Ken away. Went for the knee, but Ken able to dodge. And now off the ropes. Both men collide with each other. Springboard forearm by Brent. Into the cover here on Ken. And a kick out. Blocked there by Kent. And now the chops start coming in. Arms hooked by Kent. Pedigree. Cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out. Over to the corner. Brent's busted open on the turnbuckle. And now Kent up to the top rope. To his feet. DDT from the top by Kent. And now picking Brent back up to his feet. Crossroads. And now Kent with a slam. Making his way back up to the top. Brent's laid out in the middle of the ring. Now waiting for Brent to get to his feet. And Kent lands the elbow. And now the stretch applied by Kent, but able to let go. And again, Kent up to the top. And another elbow by Kent. And Brent's with a roll up here. He could get Kent, but no, an immediate kick out. Kent with the cover on Brent. And a kick out at 1. Now Kent dragging Brent to the middle of the ring. Kent lined up. Stop countered. Countered into the cutter by Brent. And just like that, the world champ is back in this match, but maybe not for long. Brent's tossed across the outside by Ken. And now we control the arm kick to the gut. Now Ken gonna drag Brent and toss him back into the ring. Ken rolling him over into the cover to win the world title and a kick out. Now Ken on the apron through this middle rope, not able to connect with anything. Brent with a roll up here on Ken and a kick out at 1. Brent out of nowhere. Art of Hate Driver. Into the cover on Kent. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now a head tucked super kick by Brent. And now Brent's up to the top rope, landing the knee to the chest. And now Kent back to his feet. Kent off the ropes, Brent's ducking under. Big shot to the gut by the champion. And now a clothesline. Into the cover again on Kent. 1, 2, and another kick out by Kent. Blocked by Kent. Now the elbows to the gut by Brent. Big boot to the face of Kent. And now Brent's gonna showcase the power. Marching around the ring with Kent held up high, dropping him face first onto the mat. Kent back to his feet. Punches coming in, blocked by Kent though. And Brent gets whipped into the corner. And now Kent with the Brent's in the middle of the ring, connecting on a one-winged angel. And now Kent may be thinking kill shot. Can he hit it? Yes, he can! Cover to win the world title. 2, kick out by Brent again. Clothesline by the world champ. Lion salt. And now he's thinking Art of Hate Driver once again. Arm hooked. Set him up. Art of Hate Driver. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And once again, Pete Brent retains the world title. And now he can solely set his sights on Kez Phoenix, as they will go one-on-one at full speed ahead for the world title. But another incredible showing by these two. And once again, Kent Killstrom could not seal the deal and take that world title off of Pete Brent's shoulder. And for the time being, it's looking like Kent's best chance at getting another shot, may be winning the Royal Rumble. But in order to do that, Kent Killstrom's gonna have to outlast 29 other wrestlers on this roster. We know he's skilled enough to do it, but luck has certainly not been on his side thus far in TNC. But we will see what unfolds in 4 weeks' time.
Here is your winner, and still world champion,
But as for now, Brent can celebrate another successful title defense. And that will do it for this episode of TNC. We will see you all next week.